Welcome back to the second episode of the Fantasy Realm, which, long story short, I'm just going to talk about anime for the next few minutes, basically. So, this episode I'm going to talk about Attack on Titan, which most people should know that the next and last season is coming out October later this year. So, I'm going to do a super quick recap of the first three seasons, and then add my thoughts here and there and make a prediction about the fourth season. So, for people who need this recap. The first season, Aaron's town gets attacked. His mom gets eaten by a titan, and they have to evacuate, basically, which is a really big problem. It causes food shortages, and a bunch of issues. So a few years later, Aaron becomes a soldier, works for it, and then the town gets attacked by titans again. He unlocks the ability to turn to a titan midway through the battle. This is a big deal. This is causing issues. So they just put him with the scouts. Like, put the problem off to the side, whatever. So, Hanks is doing experiments and trying to find out why he's able to turn to a titan. And then eventually they find out that their teammate Annie is a female titan that was attacking the scouts for a while. So, Aaron had to fight her. He dealt with her, and right before he could capture her, she crystallized herself, and now she can't be interrogated. They also find out that the walls themselves are made of titans, which is a really big deal. It was even worse when they found out that the priests were keeping a secret for years. And then the priest eventually came out and was like, "Yeah, this is true. We don't really know why either, but there are secrets to our history that we know of, but we just don't know what they are." So, first off, the scouts need to find out who knew about Annie being a titan, if anyone knew, and who was teaming up with her, if anyone was. This is season 2 by now. And while they're out in isolation, Titans end up attacking the cabin that they were standing in. They get separated. One group finds the Beast Titan, which is able to speak English language. Not English. It's technically Japanese, but, human language. And this is a big deal. Another group gets attacked by titans at a nearby fort. Ymir turns into a titan herself, which is, to them is a big deal, but it really doesn't matter for the story. And then eventually they all regroup. They're on top of the wall. They're not chilling, obviously, because they're like messed up. And then Renard and Berthold pull Aaron aside and was like, "Yo, we're the two titans that attacked the town a few years ago. We're gonna kidnap you now." Everyone was surprised. Mikasa went straight into battle mode. Berthold turned to the Colossal Titan. Renner turned to the Armor Titan. They start fighting. They kidnap Eren and leave. Ymir goes with them too, but she's not really important. So, Erwin, Levi, everyone else are making plans to go save Eren. Turns out, the reason why Eren was kidnapped is because he has this power to control Titans. The catch is, he can only do it when he's touching royalty, like the shoulder or whatever, because he's not royalty himself, which is a big deal for later. So they go save Eren. He uses his powers because turns out the Titan that ate his mom was royalty. So when the Titan went to go hit or grab Eren, he used his powers right then and there, and that Titan's destroyed. And then they go back, regroup, and then season 3 happens, which separates into two parts. The first part, the government comes out, they're basically corrupt. The scouts know, but the government doesn't want other people to know. So they frame Eren, put bounties on top of everyone the scouts' heads, and so the scouts are on the run. They need to find out why the government's doing this, which obviously they're corrupt. And they need to deal with a lot of people. Like, the government's hiring bandits to fight them, and they need to convince other people, like the public, that the government's messed up and they need a new ruler. It turns out Christia, aka Historia, was royalty, so they try and make her queen. And then they eventually end up in this basement. Long story short, the previous king is trying to get Historia to turn to a titan and eat Eren to gain his abilities. But she was like, "Nah, keep that power to yourself," which he quite literally turned to a titan himself, but it's like a giant, weird worm titan thing, which is destroying everything. And so they go fight him. Eren has to shove thousands of TNT, or I don't know if it's TNT, but they were explosives. And when he blew up, his story finished him off. And since the public saw her do that, she introduced herself, did an entire speech, and then she was crowned queen, basically. And the turns out the reason why Aaron's able to turn to a Titan is because his dad took the power, like the royalty power from the royalties. It's called the Attack Titan. Went to Aaron and told Aaron to eat him after he became a Titan, so Aaron will have the power. Turns out though, when you become Attack Titan, you only have 13 years left to live. Aaron had this power for years now and just didn't know. So I don't think Aaron has that much time to live. But anyways, part 2, they go to retake Wall Maria. Turns out Aaron's dad's basement had special things in there that had information that would help them for later. But turns out the Beast Titan, Armor Titan, and Colossal Titan are waiting for them, and they plan an entire ambush. They separate them into two groups. Erwin and Levi are dealing with the Beast Titan. Aaron, Hanks, and others are fighting the Colossal Titan, Armor Titan. Aaron and his group eventually defeat the Armor Titan, but he's just unconscious and healing in like a background. And in order to fight the Colossal Titan, Armin sacrificed himself, and Aaron was able to like capture the Colossal Titan. And then on Erwin's side, Erwin and his group does a suicidal charge, making a opening for Levi to sneak around, take out a row of Titans, and take out the Beast Titan. And instead of killing the Beast Titan, which would have ended the show basically, Levi wanted to capture the Beast Titan so that they could take his powers. But the Beast Titan eventually ends up escaping. He goes, saves the Armor Titan, and all that's left is the Colossal Titan. To save Armin's life, because he is crispy right now, they turn him to a Titan and make him eat the the Colossal Titan, and Armin's saved. And so with the few survivors that are left, they go into the basement, finds out Aaron's dad is from like the mainland, he's from mainland because the land that they live in is actually an island. And so it turns out Aaron's ancestor, she dealt with a person you shouldn't deal with. She became the first Titan. When she died, her soul split into 9 pieces, and they were like the big Titans. I'm pretty sure the Attack Titan is one of them too. And eventually, 7 of them goes to the island that they're currently living on, and like the king brainwashed everyone, used the Titans to build a wall, and boom. Which is like, whoa. And so that's basically season 3. Aaron unlocks his dad's memories. He also unlocks some other memories here and there, but I basically explained them already. For season 4, my prediction is Aaron's gonna die, Mikasa's gonna die, Renner's gonna die, Z's gonna die. Those are the main 4. Like, quite frankly, everyone else doesn't matter, except Levi, but he's not gonna die because he's Levi. But Mikasa's probably gonna die protecting Aaron. Aaron's gonna die either in battle or because he only had 13 years left to live. And I don't know for sure, but based off the commercial or trailer, it looks like Aaron is a little bit older. And Renner's also gonna die because he's the enemy. In this show, they don't just defeat them, like you're dead. And same reason for the Beast Titan. Also, I think they're going to go into the mainland, attack like the cities there, in order to fight the Armor Titan and Beast Titan, and just cause issues everywhere. And that's basically my prediction of season 4. Sums it up. So, super quick recap again, not really. Aaron gained powers, finds out how to use them, gain more powers. They find out why Titans exist, they found out why the walls exist and why they're there, and now they know what their next objective is. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit a like or subscribe button, either one or neither. It's up to you, obviously. I plan on making a video 2 weeks from now because I cannot make a video next week. But if you enjoyed, I post review videos on Fridays, either weekly or bi-weekly. Yeah. Peace.